because it's the only way that we can keep you informed and keep you close as our listeners. And right now we're gonna wrap things up right here. Oh, actually, okay, we're gonna keep it
Hey,
going
you
right here
gonna wrap
because
it up?
guess who's joining us? The aforementioned Kathy Andrews. Kathy, how you doing?
How you doing, buddy? You gonna
Hey.
leave me out? What's up with that?
I am not
You
that
gonna leave me out? Oh, I
Well-
gotta see you after the show.
Well, in the
After the show.
I'm gonna say this poetically. Like Flavor Flav, I'm not that type, so I don't believe the hype. I do not leave my comrades falling. That's how poetically
you.
gifted I am, Yasmin. So I see you over there.
I hear you.
Okay, so tell us about your show.
Well, everyone knows probably that we did a show called Health Matters, and in a few months we're going to have another show coming up. It's a public affairs show. We're going to talk about everything from education to the criminal justice system and the community. So not only are we going to have folks who've written national bestsellers, but we're going to talk to people in the community, principals who've made a difference in the lives of students, and the mayor and local politicians like John Matthews and Gilda Cobb Hunter, a proponent of domestic violence,
Yeah.
which is a major issue in South Carolina. So it's coming up. Not only are we going to hear great jazz and gospel and sports, but we're going to have public affairs coming up on WSSB 90.3 FM.
And the beat goes on here at our radio station. And of course, Kathy, you have really, really made a contribution. I remember I was on your show just last year, and I was like, this show's going to go a long way. Health Matters. Now you got another show spawning from your Health Matters program. What was the idea behind the show?
Well, Clarence and I started talking, and we said, we need something that involves the community and really is a bit edgier. Not only will we talk about health, but we're going to talk about Trump, President-elect Trump, and we're going to talk about the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, with the election. What happened during that election? Did people come out and vote? We're going to talk about both sides. So it's not only going to be for liberals, it's going to be for conservatives too. We might have anyone in the studio. Okay? As I was walking in here today, we're talking about folks that were on a plane not so long ago, a Trump supporter who was who got on the plane and he wouldn't sit down, and he was talking about, I'm for Trump. What's the need for that now? He's president. So why cause all the confusion? What is the issue with that? Mm-hmm. So we all know that he did not win the popular vote. He won the electoral vote. And that has caused an issue. In fact, there's an investigation going on. So there's still issues involved with the Trump presidency. He's not in Washington, D.C. He's living in New York, and that's costing taxpayers money. And so there are a lot of issues involved with this presidency that is going to impact a lot of people. He's going to dismantle Obamacare. He's going to do a lot of things. We don't know what, because we never really heard anything about the policies. Right. So what we want to do is hear what's going to happen with the Trump presidency and the people in his cabinet. I know that Bob Johnson, my former employer at Black Entertainment Television, talked to him recently, and Bob Johnson said, give him a chance, African Americans. Okay, so what do we do? Okay, what kind of chance are we going to give him? And what was he talking with Bob Johnson about? Some people said they want him to be HUD director. I don't see Bob Johnson as HUD director. I see him as a deal maker and perhaps helping in other ways, but not HUD director. And so what's going to happen with the Trump presidency? So we're going to talk about education, health care, politics, the community, what's going on in our community, and domestic violence, which is a major issue in this state.
Yes.
It was number 1 last year. I think it's number 5, but it's always been in the top 5 or the top 10 in the U.S. Why is South Carolina got such a problem with domestic violence?
That's a good question.
And and I know you're wrapping me up, but the answer is usually poverty and education
That's right.
and
Yes.
things like that. And when you want to take out your frustrations out on someone, you take it out on the person closest to you, and that's usually a spouse.
Exactly.
So we're gonna have lots of folks on, and we're gonna try to find solutions to the problem.
I tell you what, I'm looking forward to that show.
I'm looking
And I'm
forward to
sure
too.
you're going to raise awareness. I'm sure some hairs are going to be raised on the back, and I'm sure a lot of folks are going to be like really throwing it at you. So all I can say is
Bring
go
it on,
get-
bring it
exactly,
on, bring it on, bring it on.
Anyway, folks, we're going to get back to the music once again. Kathy Andrews, the host of Health Matters, and got a brand new show coming up, so you don't want to miss out on that. For the lovely Miss Yasmin, the lovely Miss Kathy Andrews, and my good friend, my brother like no other,
Yes, sir.
Victavis Glover. Hey, we get back to the music. Keep it right here to B90.3 FM. Here's the sounds of Jeff Kashiwa. He calls this one the lucky one.
We didn't tell you. We were just playing around back there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, at least I don't get beat up.
Yeah, you about to get beat up.
No, don't do
Make
that.
sure the mics is off.
Was it?
You're all right. You my man. We back here. I was
Thank
trying
you.
to get the camera together, see if it.
Oh,